Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Advancement Center, and welcome to the endless expansion of each one of us that is happening moment by moment, so fast and so powerfully that we can barely contain ourselves. As soon as we stop for 1 minute from what this other life is causing us to focus on, we can actually feel within ourselves this expansion that's barely keeping our feet on the ground. Today, I'm broadcasting remotely from my mom's house in Pleasant Hill, California, about 5 hours, 5.5 hours from where I would be sitting in front of the rock. It was a lovely drive. It's so nice to be out in the middle of nowhere with just yourself. And the time went really quickly to arrive here. I'm reminded that I did a broadcast on January 1st, 2022, and I spoke of this year as being a special year, special for me and for the planet, as that number has a connection to me. And so far, we're a third of the way in, and it has not disappointed. There's been so much happening, and the power of the transformation of each one of us has just been incredible. Many of us are aware of the new world and aware of the aspect that we brought here to bring into the new world or to create the new world. And so we see those things coming maybe before others because that's who we are. But I think most of the arrival of those shifts and changes seem to be connected to an event that everyone will see. But I tell you, these 4 months of 2022 have been filled with explosions of light bursting. And when you look and turn, you can't see the light. It's happening in a way that's different than it would appear a major change would arrive. There's a bombardment of light randomly, yet perfectly scheduled in time to just explode. And it's traveling through the universe, depositing itself in every cell of every piece of life. And just as your body absorbs that, another explosion of light that comes forward, once again unseen, but you find yourself feeling different, feeling changed, feeling freer, happier, more at peace. And then boom, another delivery of light. Almost like you walk in or you're in your home and the lights flicker. They go off and come on. And you think, did I see that? That's how quick, that's how subtle, that's how powerful. And that light is producing what I would say is the sense of that hot air balloon that we've talked about many times, each of us in our own way, the removal of sandbags that hold the hot air balloon on the ground. And one may be your identity, another sandbag may be the structure of this physical world. But each one is being cut away, and we're all lifting off the ground. And there's no sense, or barely even a sense of having a body when you feel that. And all the things that used to come in, the thoughts don't appear. And it's as if they were never there. Those thoughts and have tos weigh an enormous amount of weight. And when they're cut away, you just find yourself floating above everything, even the sensation of flying. Hard to describe the feeling of having no thought, only jubilation in your heart that you can't necessarily explain, but it's like the only reality. Nothing else exists. This world has been a training for many centuries or longer of physical laws. And we've all been trained in 1+1 is 2. What goes up must come down. Equal and opposite reaction. These are the physical laws of a physical world that are real only if you subscribe to them. And you can think about getting a subscription to a YouTube channel or a channel. You have access to all the content because you subscribed. And because we have subscribed to the training, we have access to all the content. And that content is the world of physical laws. The world that sends us to school, that tells us how to behave, because there are laws that control this structure. So everything you do, everything you learned had to do with winning in this game of physical laws. If you do this, then you will have that. And I remember two things. One, I was going to college, and my mom one day said, as her life was changing, you don't have to go to college to get a good job. And I thought, what are you smoking? And but it wasn't long afterwards that I realized that's true. But it was so foreign to me. And even if you were to say, look at Joe over there, he didn't go to college and he's um, owns a multi-million-dollar company. He's the exception, and the rule is everyone else. And it's hard to step away from the crowd. And another example, when I went to technical school to learn how to work on computers, which was a passion for me, I was going to get interviewed for a job in Texas. I was in school in Atlanta. And I thought, wow, I better prepare for this interview. And I started to prepare. And I thought, I can't. I don't know how to prepare for this because they have to see me. I can't pass a test. And I can't answer the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I couldn't answer that. I couldn't say, oh, I want to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. I didn't have that in me to say. So I knew I would fail according to the rules of the physical world. And I just went in and I just answered the questions honestly, and a week later I got the job. And I was shocked because it wasn't I didn't think I had a good interview. But I found out, oh no, you're just what we were looking for. It didn't have anything necessarily to do with my acumen or how I presented. They saw me. And that's happened a few other times in my life. And so to walk in the world with your hands open and allowing the magic to show itself is the best thing ever. And the other side of that is you could end up in a job where the people aren't very nice or they don't really align with you by trying to make yourself align with them. And that's one example of this physical world and its laws. I was talking to my mother the other day, and she just casually, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, she said, oh, wow, I haven't eaten. And we laughed. And I said, that's so funny. Eating. Where did that even come from? And eating is a whole industry. Eating disorders, eating this or eating protein, carbohydrates, vegetables, eating. Did you eat enough? And drinking goes with it too. But I thought, your body is saying, I don't need anything. That's it. And then it says, I need something. And you go give it to your body. But there's been a whole world created from that one word, eating. And I laughed because I said, your body knows. And I said, it'd be like a pregnant woman saying, I haven't given birth yet. And you're like, oh, you'll give birth when it's time. Believe me, there'll be no choice. And it's like eating. When your body says, I need something, you're going to put it in. But there's no real discussion behind eating or not eating or drinking or not drinking or uh, and those things have become huge because they take on a health implication. It's like me saying, I haven't picked my nose today yet. Well, I would never say that. But if I did, no one would care because if I said I didn't eat today, people would say, oh, you must be sick. Something's wrong. Or they'll say, you're amazing. You went all day without eating. Your body didn't eat anything. It's, it's perfect. It just works. So again, the physical laws of that world that we've been trained in, and now we're moving into a world where there's no training, but yet we can practice the life of the world where there are no physical laws. And instead of winning at the game of life in the physical world with its physical laws, we can just live the life of a world of no laws and no rules. And we can surpass that world. We can be in that world and enjoy it. But once it starts to weigh on us, oh, this is so heavy. I gotta do this to make this happen. I have to now. We want to not be there. We want to be in the world that's totally free, totally devoid of physical laws, devoid of 1+1 is 2, of reaction, and which is really our nature. That's our home. And that's where we've been going. And that's what's speeding up in 2022. And the movement being so expansive. I said it a few days ago or a week ago that it's so fast and so expansive that you will forget your way back to the physical laws, not the physical world, but the physical laws. Because we lay breadcrumbs to get back, but the light is causing the breadcrumbs to disintegrate, and we won't even be able to find our way back. And those who are around us who are not heading back can say to the other, no, no, no. That's another world. That's the world of physical laws, logic. We don't go there. As Bob Newhart would say, a comedian, and he says, just stop it. And then when the person says, but he says, oh no, we don't go there. So we don't go back. And the breadcrumbs are disappearing so that we can't find our way back. And you know what's left? Celebration. That's it. In the middle of everything, celebrate because you're greater, we're greater than that world of physical laws, even as much as they have taught us that that's a special world. Physics and math and science and history, we're far beyond that. I've been narrating Robert Young's The Magic of Life, and the book is so incredible. It's obviously channeled right from Simeon, and he has a prominent role in the book. But the thing that is always so powerful is he's always there for the beings who are going through their life. And you can feel him when he appears in their life. And you can feel that he's right here for anyone, as are all the masters and all the beings, and even yourself, for yourself, as you sit at the right hand of your creator. But it's comforting to know that the support is always there. And that things are happening behind the scenes that we can't see, that are working at levels so far behind and so far ahead of where we might be able to see at this moment. There were moments when the title character, Suzanne, got a psychic reading from a friend, and she said to Simeon, "This is what she told me." And Simeon said, "Yes, that's true, but there's so much more that you haven't seen yet." And just hearing those words, you see this giant pathway open with infinite possibilities for this person. But he's not saying what all those things are, but you can feel it's like people in a back room setting everything up for the next 5 years, and they've moved things around, and they're like, "Oh, you have no idea. That's just one piece of what's coming for you." And you know it's perfect, and you know it's for you, and you know you're loved, and you know you're looked after, and there's no fear or worry, and you just ride the adventure. You just become excited about what's coming. And even though it may appear to be challenging, not as you may have thought it would be, it's all perfect. It's perfect for you. It's the perfect amount of medicine, the perfect amount of love, the perfect amount of mischief, the perfect amount of everything you need. And Simeon didn't say, "There's more coming for you and him and her and him." That's true, but he was speaking directly to her. And her circumstances have been mapped out just for her, for the perfect movement for her. So we never have to worry, no matter what's happening. And if we do, someone can tell us, stop it. We don't go there. We're in the new world. And the new world has a little bit of fuck 'em in it. And it's letting us know that that world of physical laws is just a video game. It has no power over you. Eat, drink, and be merry. Upon the delivery of a great meal, we savor all the flavors and we are transported to a part of heaven. There are so many levels to the experiencing of this meal. As you eat the meal, you are taken into the past and the future, all while still enjoying the present. Once the meal is completed, we move on to something new. Many times we try and hold on to the details of the meal because it was so amazing. But in doing that, we don't make room for the next amazing meal, which could be completely different, but just as amazing. It is only natural to want to share the experience of the meal with others, but it is only the feeling that you are truly able to share. To share any other detail would require a regurgitation of something that is no longer alive. The feeling is the only thing that is still alive. The details are dead. But the meal itself is not dead. It never fully dies. It goes into the body to provide vital nutrients for the growth of the one who has eaten the meal. These nutrients will benefit you for days, weeks, and years to come, working in the background until they produce what was intended, even if what was intended has not yet shown itself as having arrived. Every cell within your body is being fed, and your body is getting exactly what it needs to maintain itself and grow. So there's on one level the flavor, the texture, and the experience of taking it all in, while on another level there's healing, transcendence, and transformation, mostly riding unseen in the background. The meal is the word, and the word is eaten at one level and digested at a completely different one. With the word, there's information and energy that is digested and stored in the cells that are building the new you. No one knows when those cells will awaken within you the feeling of a completely different being. This happens while you're not even paying attention. Angel wings are being prepared to spring forward from your body so that you can take flight. Your vision is becoming strong enough to see all the frequencies and the beings that reside in them. And your ears are becoming sensitive enough to hear the voices that are speaking to you from the outer reaches of the universe. In this new world, these meals are coming so fast and furious, and all we have to do is enjoy the feeling as we let go of the details. For what is being prepared in the background for each one of us will be so grand. And like seeing your grandchild after not seeing them in a while and being blown away by the growth and changes, will only be able to say, wow, I never saw that coming. So eat, drink, and be merry, for the word is coming, and the blossom that will bloom from its planting within you will be seen in the face of every person on the face of the earth. Wow, I never saw that coming. I shook up the world. We have so much to give, so much to deliver, and so much to share with all of creation. There is a part of us that we hold back for many reasons, but within us is a knowing that there will be an explosion of light that is just waiting to come out. It will shake up the world and rattle all space within the universe. We see this depicted in movie characters and many athletes and entertainers. Cassius Clay, before he became Muhammad Ali in his first boxing match to become the champion of the world, was a heavy favorite to lose and get knocked out. But when they stopped the fight because his opponent could no longer continue, he raised his arms high and yelled out, "I shook up the world. I shook up the world." That's what each one of us will do when we are ready or when we are taken to the edge of the precipice of who we truly are. This feeling of something so big within us coming out has been with me and each one of us since the first moment of sensing that there was something more to this one that looks back to you in the mirror. In each incarnation of this life, there will be the possibility for all of you to come forward as your awareness continues to grow and grow, building itself to a crescendo that is destined to explode out into your physical world and all worlds everywhere. This awareness that I am speaking of is so expansive, it is beyond any limited reality or framework. It easily surpasses the focus on one dimension and any sense of yourself as the physical being that you see yourself as. I know that it is here that you will see yourself in everything, even as you will see yourself as separate from everything. Our destiny is to live in this place all the time while still living in every other reality at the same time. When we arrive there, we will see the simplicity of this truth and we will see how easily we navigate every moment. Nothing is as it seems, and yet everything is perfect. The new world is the world of awareness. It is only new because you can see that it is new. Just as the old world is only old because you see it as old. We are becoming so open to the mysteries and the unknown that our world has the space to allow for the unknown to live and grow. Now we have a 360-degree view of everything, selecting whatever we want to experience, building and creating whatever we feel will benefit all beings as we travel to the corners of the universe in the blink of an eye. Only 10% of this being that I speak of has shown itself in most of us. It is a frightening thought to contemplate coming out of the closet. But with or without your permission, it is happening. It is building as your destiny, which is standing right beside you, is getting you to acknowledge it to yourself and showing you that image of yourself that has your arms raised high in celebration and yelling, "I did it. I shook up the world. I shook up the world." And I tell you, at that moment, all worlds everywhere will most certainly begin to shake. And I just want to finish with these words that I have read before or sung before. It's a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming. A whole new world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Started too far up. A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you. Unbelievable sights, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world. Don't you dare close your eyes. 100,000 things to see. Hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. It gets better. I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to the physical laws of where we used to be. A whole new world with new horizons to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere there's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. Therein lies the key to the world of perfection. Use it and meet me there. And in the world of perfection, there is only perfect life, perfect health, and more magic than you can shake a stick at. Thank you.